and tomorrow, where innovation meets tradition and the airwaves come alive. Broadcasting 24/7, redefining the AM radio experience. DWAN 1206 AM, your station, your future.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
Join us as we uncover the stories behind every game-changing moment with Bill Velasco. Get ready to dive into the heart of sports because it's time for your favorite sports step into the spotlight.
Isang napakagandang umaga po sa inyong lahat, mga kaibigan, at maraming salamat po sa inyong pagiging bahagi ng ating programang Hardball with Bill Velasco. Alright, ngayong umaga naman, ang dami po nating ibabalita ngayong araw at kasama po niyan mamayang konti sa linya natin si Sean Chambers, ang head coach ng FEU Tamaraws sa UAAP Men's Basketball Tournament. At meron din tayong panayam kay Ali Pic na ngayon ay may bagong buhay na sa Amerika. Pero bagong lahat ng yan, huwag niyong kalimutan na subaybayan ang DWAN 1206 AM sa mga susunod na social media account. DWAN 1206 AM sa Facebook, sa YouTube at DWAN.1206 AM, sa TikTok at DWAN 1206 AM, sa X at DWAN 1206 AM _ at sa Instagram at DWAN 1206 AM.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Ang oras natin 11:03 at bago ang fast break natin sa maiinit na balitang sports, batiin muna natin si Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Maligayang kaarawan po mula sa Hardball at sa DWAN 1206 AM, ang radyo ng Bagong Pilipinas.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Nakompleto ng Creamline Cool Smashers ang kanilang makasaysayang Grand Slam season sa Premier Volleyball League kagabi sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. Tinalo ng Cool Smashers ang Signal HD Spikers sa isang Classic 5-set finals para maiuwi ang PVL Invitational Conference title. Pinangunahan ni import Erica Staunton ang Creamline matapos nitong makapagtala ng 29 points. Umiskor din ng 27 markers si Bernadette Pons para sa Grand Slam Champions. Ito ang ikasampung titulo ng Creamline kung saan tinapos nilang komperensya ng wala ni isang talo.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Puspusan na ang paghahanda ng Philippine Muay Thai team na Teen Bagsik para sa 2024 IFMA Youth World Championship sa Bangkok, Thailand ngayong September 20. Lalaban ang mga pambato ng bansa sa 10 to 17-year-old category para sa combat disciplines at sa 8 to 17-year-old category naman para sa cultural disciplines. Susubukang segundahan ng Teen Bagsik ang kanilang naging magandang pagpapakita sa nakaraang Paris Exhibition Games noong Agosto.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Pangungunahan naman ng Pilipinas Obstacle Sports Federation ang Philippine Uniformed Services Sports League Obstacle Sports Festival na gaganapin ngayong October 16 sa Bridgetown Obstacle Park. Ang Philippine National Police o PNP ang nagwagi sa huling Uniformed Dependent Sports League noong Hulyo, kung saan nakapag-uwi ito ng 29 gold medals, 11 silver at 4 na bronze sa nasabing event.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Sinimulan na ng aspiring national athletes ang pakikipagtagisan ng galing sa unang araw ng National Kickboxing Championship sa Combat Sports Center sa Tagaytay City kahapon. Halos 300 kickboxers mula sa 35 local government units ang dumalo sa National Kickboxing Championships. Ilan sa mga lumahok dito ang magkaibigang sina Shandris Ganhaina, Vigo Dangiwan at palarong pambansa Wushu Sanda Gold medalist Zirian Basa ng Team Baguio na kapwa target na makapasok sa National Kickboxing Team. Ikinatuwa naman ni Samahang Kickboxing ng Pilipinas Tournament Director Roslyn Hung ang matagumpay na pagsisimula ng kompetisyon. Sa ngayon, patuloy pa ring pamamayagpag at pagpapakitang gilas ng mga kalahok sa semifinals.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Samantala sa iba pang balita, pinaliwanag naman ni dating PBA player at ngayon men's basketball coach ng Horizon Christian Academy na si Garvo Lanete ang dahilan kung bakit niya binitiwan ang career sa PBA sa kabila ng live contract. Sa panayam kahapon sa DWAN 12:06 AM, sinabi ni Lanete na dahil ito sa pandemic. Ngayong mahigpit kasi sa Manila kung saan nakatira ang asawa niya si Shelby Pearl. Habang siya naman ay nasa PBA bubble sa Clark, Pampanga. Na-stressan niya ang kanyang asawa dahil mag-isa lang ito sa bahay at hindi makalabas. Ito rin ang panahon na sinusubukan na palamang nilang bumuo ng isang pamilya.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Welcome to Hardball, Garbo. Ano yung mga naging factor ng decision ninyo ni Shelby na umalis ng Pilipinas kahit may live contract kapag sa PBA?
Una nun, Sir Bill, yung pandemic.
Okay.
So, di ba naging sobrang strict talaga yung sa atin diyan sa Manila. So, I was with PBA, nasa kami, bubble. So, yung asawa ko dito, at dun sa bahay namin dyan before, sa bahay lang siya, di siya makaalis. So, na-stress siya. Tapos mag-isa lang siya sa bahay, Sir Bill, di siya makalabas kasi sobrang higpit. So, I was away for a month, for 2 months, and then mag-isa lang siya. So that happened 2 seasons. So and then pagbalik ko, napag-usapan namin, and then that was the time that we're trying to make a family. So since stress siya, so nahirapan din kami magkabuo ng baby.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Pinahayag ni Gilas Pilipinas shooting guard 30 Ravenna na isa sa mga naging rason ng desisyon niyang maglaro sa Dubai Basketball Club ay ang oportunidad na makapaglaro sa Europe. Matatandaan nitong Hulyo lang nang pumirma ng 1-year contract si Ravenna sa Dubai BC na inaasahang lalaro sa ABA League sa Serbia sa susunod na season. Huling naglaro si 30 para sa Sun and Neo Phoenix sa Japan B-League kung saan nag-average ito ng 12.4 points at 4 rebounds.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Kinagigiliwan naman ngayon ang naging interaction ni American YouTube sensation Darren Jason na mas kilala sa kanyang internet name na iShowSpeed at ni Filipino boxing legend Manny Pacquiao. Sa ikalawang araw ni iShowSpeed sa bansa, binisita niya si Pacman sa isang hotel sa Manila kung saan kuha sila ng litrato, sinabayang kumain at nakipag-sparring pa ang content creator kay Pacquiao. Ayon kay Speed, isa raw talaga sa bucket list niya ang makita sa personal ang 8th Division World Boxing Champion pagpunta niya sa bansa.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Bukas sa paglalaro para sa Pilipinas o Philippine Basketball Team, si NBA forward Kyle Kuzma. Sa isang podcast interview, sinabi ng American basketball star na kung sakali man na hindi siya mabigyan ng pagkakataon na lumaro para sa Team USA, ay susubukan niyang makapaglaro para sa ibang bansa. Kabilang na ang Gilas Pilipinas at mga kasamang kanyang dating Los Angeles Lakers teammate na si Jordan Clarkson.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Pinagpaplanuhan na ngayon ng One Championship ang kanilang unang Hall of Fame masterclass ceremony. Matapos i-anunsyo ni MMA legend na The Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson ang kanyang retirement noong nakaraang linggo. Agad na nangako si DWAN CEO Chatisi Chudchong ng isang Hall of Fame induction ceremony para sa kanya at sa iba pang MMA athlete na nag-iiwan ng kanilang tatak sa ONE Championship.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
4 na Pilipino ang muukupa sa bagong top 5 na inilabas ng WBC Asian Boxing Council ngayong buwan. Pinangungunahan ng grupo ito ni 25-year-old boxer April J. Abne na nasa ikalawang pwesto. Sinundan siya ng iba pang rising Filipino boxers na sina Berland Robles, Dave Apolinario at Esneth Domingo. Samantala, umangat naman bilang top fighter sa inilabas na ranking ang Japanese boxer na si Toshiko Era.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Bagong pagkilala naman ang nakuha ni football legend Cristiano Ronaldo matapos maging kauna-unahang tao na magkaroon ng 1 billion followers sa social media. Wow! Kasama dito ang kanyang mga followers sa Instagram, Facebook, X, Weibo at YouTube. Muling pinatunayan nito ang naging global influence ni Ronaldo hindi lamang sa sports at sa football kundi maging across all social media.
You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Ang oras po natin, 11:12 at sa aking pagbabalik, makakapanayam natin si FEU Tamarao's men's basketball head coach Sean Chambers, ang isang Mr. 100% ng PBA. Huwag kayong bibitiw, magbabalik pa ang
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Uy, mga kadiwan! Exciting news! DWAN 12:06 AM is now on digital TV. I-manual scan na ang inyong mga smart TV at halongkatin ang mga nakatagong TV box dahil siguradong pasasayahin namin ang buhay ninyo.
Makinig, manood, at makipag-engage sa aming social media platforms para lagi kayong happy!
From news, talk shows, showbiz, sports, and Gen Z podcast to non-stop music, all in the mix.
Dito lang sa sobrang saya na radyo ng bagong Pilipinas, DWAN 12:06 AM, the future of AM radio.
Samahan niyo ako, ang inyong pambansang pantanggalumay, kaka Mark Logan, na maghahatid ng tawanan, kulitan, at positive vibes lang. Kalogan, 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 kalogan. Narito na ang inaabangang kalogan sa radyo dito lang sa DWAN 12:06 AM. The future of AM radio, ang radyo ng bagong Pilipinas.
From timeless classics to the latest hits. Let your host, Terrence the Sting Khan, be your guide to a journey of melodies that transcend time. Rediscover the music closest to your hearts. Only here on DWAN 12:06 AM, the future of AM radio. You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At ngayon naman, makakausap natin sa linya ang isang matagal na nating kaibigan at talagang minamahal ng mga Filipino basketball fans, ang head coach ng Far Eastern University Tamaraos. Walang iba kundi si Sean Chambers. Coach Sean, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Bill. Good to see you, my friend.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about how you got this job with FEU. I know that prior to the pandemic, you already were in talks with another school to coach there. What made you decide to coach here in the Philippines?
I think people like yourself and other reporters and sports figures here in the Philippines kind of helped me get to the position I'm in today, because a lot of people continue to keep my name relevant here in the Philippines. During the pandemic, people knew that I wanted to come back. There was an agreement between me and another university, but it didn't follow through after the pandemic. We did the interview at the Grand Hyatt Hotel when I was here for Talking Text, and I think that just kept my name relevant here in the Philippines. And actually, I couldn't ask for a better situation, teaming up with FEU and the Montanola family. It's kind of more of a blue-collar right fit for me that's very similar to Alaska.
All right. And were you given a hand in recruiting players, or was the team ready-made when you came over?
Yeah, well, that's one of the things here. We do have to be patient on the build-up because the players were already here when I got here. But, the Philippines, we all want success immediately. And patience is not always one of our best virtues here.
Okay.
But I understand that stepping into the position, understanding the desire to be successful right away. But if we can show patience and allow the guys that are here already to grow under my vision and what I see for them, and then let us recruit a few more players to help strengthen us, I think we'll be the FEU of old back in the Johnny A days.
All right. What is your immediate goal for the team this season?
Honestly, I'm not looking at the wins and losses. More, I'm looking at routines, doing things the right way, playing the game the right way. I'm looking at us being like fighting with 100% every time we step on the court. It's called winning habits. So we want to create the habits that create wins, and the wins will create themselves. So whatever that looks like at the end of the year, my whole goal this year is just get acclimated for myself to the UAAP, and get acclimated to some of the things that happen on and off the court, and then also for the players. Because right now I have 7 freshmen that are straight out of high school.
Wow.
Out of our 16-man roster. And we only have 4 kids back that played last year. That's all any significant minutes. And 2 of those players were actually hurt midway through the season. So really we have 2 guys that are back from last year's roster.
All right. So how far along are you in building the kind of team that you want?
I'll say we're about 70% there. We're there. We're getting there. The first game kind of also opened my eyes the level of physicality that we can play with. Okay. That I should not be surprised as a head coach. I should see what they're allowing to happen a little bit sooner than later, because it's a lot different than the preseason games we played compared to the first game we played at Araneta. It was a completely different field. So these last 3 days in practice, we really turned it up a couple of notches. I'm very happy with their response.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the things or some of the parts of the Alaska culture and things you learned along through the years in Sacramento that you imparted to the team?
Well, first thing first, I'm glad you brought up Sacramento, because just like at Fernbacon as a school administrator, and the heart and soul of our success with Alaska was the will to prepare. The will to prepare is more vital than the will to win. So getting our guys to understand that our practices have to be harder than the games, and then the games will take care of themselves. So, and for me, it's kind of a situation where I need to find out what level are they used to. Don't push too hard, too fast, but then see what I see on the court from our last game and realize, okay, we're not there. We have to go a little harder.
Okay, what about in terms of you mentioned patience and all of that? How challenging has that been for you? Because you won a lot in the PBA, and you're one of Sacramento's greatest players ever. So how is that working out for you?
So I think the biggest blessing for me coming back here in the Philippines and coaching at the college level is after obtaining my master's in counseling and behavioral science, I don't listen much to outside noises. I understand what you have to be more of a tunnel vision, especially here when it comes to basketball in the Philippines, because everybody's is very knowledgeable. Everybody is a master of the game here, from elementary kids to older grandmas.
Everybody knows
and
it.
Lolas.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the game here, so you can't avoid that. But if your conviction is you know what you're doing right by yourself and by the university and by the players that you're coaching, then you're fine. So your mind stays quiet. Although yes, I do want to have early success. I do want to see us be successful right away. But there's also a realization that I must have and understand this will take time.
Okay. When we did that last sit-down interview, you were telling me that something changed after the Alaska franchise was bought out by Convergence, that you're no longer the enemy. And it sort of opened up new relationships for you with other PBA teams. What has worked out for you so far in that regard?
So my son is visiting the Philippines for the first time. He's 18. He's heading to University of Oregon in 2 weeks.
Okay.
And he's able to see, I would say, I won't say love, but the amount of appreciation of my career now that I'm no longer the Ginebra killers or the big rivals, the San Miguel takedowners, the Pew Pew stompers. We're no longer the bad guys anymore. So now there's an overall appreciation for my style of game from all the people that remember the old PBA days.
Okay.
And let's be real, like watching the PBA games is not quite the same that it was before. When you talk about crowd participation, the level of following of the game that it was back when we were playing, it's not there right now. And so my son is blown away when we walk around the town and just see people just give me just an amazing gratitude for the way that I played as a player back in the day.
Mm-hmm. So how much like home does the Philippines still feel to you?
Oh, it's like I never left.
Mm-hmm.
I never left. I have Johnny on the sideline. Talked to Bong yesterday. I speak to Jeffrey Carriazo. Dickie Backman and Joe Loss came to my first game. It's my family here. And when I see the Converge staff, from the management to the ball boys, these are the people I've been in part of my life since really 1989,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So this is still home. So it's not like I'm not a foreign coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an adopted son of the Philippines coming back home. And so, I know the streets, I know the neighborhoods, I know where I'm going. So it's been absolutely a dream come true. Now we just got to get some wins at FEU.
That's always the easy part, right? No.
Right.
What about your relationship with the other schools? Do you get booed? Are they happy to see you? I mean, because now you're their enemy.
Yeah, but no, I think it's kind of a different situation. It's still like a lot of the alumni, they still remember my playing career. Yeah. So it's been more like appreciation to see me here, and a lot of congratulations. When we went to the first game of the opening night, there was a lot of picture taking, and there was not an FEU fan in the stands. It was all UP fans and Antonio fans.
Mm-hmm. What about
and again, we're gonna be like Alaska. We're gonna play the right way. We're gonna win the right way. We're gonna make sure that we play for one another. So when we become successful, I think other universities will respect the way that we play.
Okay. Does being in the basketball environment again here stir up any memories for you?
Most definitely. I walk into the Arnett, the Coliseum, and then come through the player tunnel, and it's all nostalgic for me of winning the Grand Slam that year, playing games there at Arnetta, winning the championship back in 1995. We played a lot of the games were in Arnetta. So, of course, I won a lot of games in that arena, and it's very nostalgic to come back through there and remember what it felt like.
Mm-hmm. Are you still going to be involved with any PBA teams now?
I'm going to focus on this year with FEU, and I'm going to continue to support Coach Tim and Gila's program for the next windows. So I will be assisting Coach Tim for those windows. I think let myself get a year or two under my belt here before I join into a PBA team and try to go that route. But my whole focus is, I mean, if I can stay just locked in, I locked in with the university. That's my main goal. And if I can stay connected on the long run with Coach Tim, with Gilas, I think my cup is full.
All right. You've also been known, well, especially in California, that you know, to be a hell of a girls coach. Are you planning to get involved in women's basketball here?
I have offered my services not only to my commitment is to Coach Tim and the men's team, but whatever Gilas feel they can use me with the girls program and or with the youth program, just anything, you know, help recruiting with Phil Am kids at an early age so they can see a vision to come play here. I'm open to support the country any means possible.
All right. Well, I know you have to rush off to practice, but I'm not used to calling you Coach Sean. You know, I mean, we've been friends for so long, but I am very happy for you, and I wish you all the success in the world, brother.
Bill, I can't. I'm glad to see you're healthy. I'm glad to see you're back and strong. You have been a big part of this transition to help me keep my name relevant. Although you're wearing that Antoneo shirt, whenever you plays. No hard feelings.
Oh, yeah. I know this year is going to be very sad for the Blue Eagles. Take care, Sean. Talk to you again soon.
All right. Bye, buddy.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At sa ating pagbabalik, si Ali Pic naman ang ating nakausap. Lahat ng yan sa pagpapatuloy ng programang
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Usapang pagkain pa ba ang makakalimutan? Siyempre, hindi pwede yan. Handa na ba kayo para sa pinakamahusay at pinakamasarap na food trip sa radyo? Dito lang yan, sa bagong radyo ng Pilipinas, DWAN 1206. Sa bawat oras, siguradong mangingibabaw ang sarap at kakulitan ng mga pagkain na ipapakilala ng inyong pambansang pantanggal umay. Kaya Jack, hindi ka mabibitin! Samahan kami sa paglalakbay sa kusina kasama ang iba't ibang mga chef na tunay namang magbibigay ng kakaibang gawaing masarap sa pandinig at masarap sa panlasa. Tunay na culinary adventure na hindi nyo dapat palampasin. Makinig lamang at manood sa DWAN 1206, the future of AM radio. Kanino ka ba dapat maniwala? Tandaan, tanghali na lang ang tapat. Tutok na dito lamang sa DWAN 1206, ang radyo ng bagong Pilipinas. Hindi ka mag-aalinlangan sapagkat walang kasinungalingan dahil ang atid sa inyo ay balitang tapat at walang kinikilingan.
Mga maiinit na balita, mga usapang batas at mahahalagang issue. Hihimayin upang pag-usapan sa isang upuan. Iba't ibang mga kwento sa Senado, dito lang mapapakinggan. Huwag palampasin ang isang makabuluhang talakayan tungkol sa ating bansa. Dito lang yan sa Top Senate Stories sa bagong radyo ng Pilipinas, DWAN 1206 AM. You're tuned in to Hardball with Bill Velasco.
At ngayon naman, meron tayong panayam mula sa Las Vegas, Nevada. Isa sa mga pinakamatibay na manlalarong Phil-Am players na PBA. Nagsimula ng pamilya rito at dinala ang kanyang mag-ina sa Amerika. Ito'y kumpare natin, walang iba kundi si Ali Pic. Narito ang aming panayam. At ngayon naman, makikita nyo at makakausap natin si Ali Pic, isang retiradong superstar po ng PBA. Ali, good evening.
Hi, good evening. I'm just trying to find a spot here where there's peace and quiet because my family's downstairs. So forgive me. I'm just trying to adjust this as I go along. I'm actually in the bathroom. So sorry about that.
That makes the sound better.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're right about that.
So how have you been?
How are you?
How have you been?
Doing okay. Just getting adjusted to American life, which has been a challenge. To be frank, but we kind of anticipated that. We, my wife and I, we kind of planned for something like that. So, but everything's good. The family's good. The kids seem to like it here. They're adjusting pretty well into their school and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. What made you decide to go back to the U.S. after you retired?
Oh, well, I mean, we had discussed this, I would say, early in the year of 2022. And, excuse me, it just started with a conversation with my wife and our eldest daughter. And slowly but surely it started to grow. And, the ideas started to come. And we started looking at different cities and trying to envision ourselves in which city we would, best fit into. So in this case, Las Vegas seemed to be the spot because it was right next door to Southern California, which I'm originally from. And it just made a lot of sense. So we had good things. We had a lot of friends there, a lot of former PGA players with their families. So that was kind of a smooth transition. They helped us out a lot in terms of just transitioning from, living a specific lifestyle to, all of a sudden, being put into a completely different lifestyle. So, I give credit to my friends and my family. My mother also decided that she was going to sell her house in Southern California, and then she bought 2 homes here in Las Vegas. So it just helped us make our decision even better. My dad had already been living out here for over 10 years. So, yeah.
Okay. And no income tax.
That's right. Well, no state tax.
No state tax. Okay.
So that's a big help, But yeah. So we're still, making a lot of adjustments. Obviously, it's a different lifestyle, but it's part of the challenge. It's part of the challenge of just living.
So what are you doing? What are you doing now?
Well, right now I'm an independent contractor. I drive here in Las Vegas, and you wouldn't think that you could earn a lot of money driving up and down the strip. So the irony is I had drivers when my first few years in the PBA driving me around. Yeah. Now I'm driving people around. So that's sort of my transition.
All right. And what's the long-term plan?
The long-term, well, I have a short-term plan right now. The short-term plan is I've actually started my own company out here. And it does have to do with transportation. I've been in the business now for 2 years, just kind of, exploring and trying to get an understanding of what clients want. I also did it so I can network with different passengers. And a lot of my passengers, especially in the beginning, were high-end. So I just started picking their brain, and I made sure that I put on my profile that I used to play professional basketball overseas. So all of a sudden that demeanor changes, you know what I mean? And now all of a sudden they're curious as opposed to me being curious about what they do and how they became successful. And from there, I had a couple in their 60s that had been in the transportation business for over 30 years. And they gave me ideas about starting my own company, which I did. So now it's just about trying to get the certifications out of the way, and then, getting the business licensing, the insurance for the company, and getting started. So, yeah, so that's the short-term goal. The long-term goal is to reinvest in real estate here and hopefully in the Philippines as well.
All right. What about basketball? Do you still have any involvement in basketball? I mean, it takes a lot to walk away from the game, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know what? I'll be honest with you, Bill. It just wasn't in my blood anymore. What I really enjoyed doing was I really enjoyed covering games. I really did. And you as well as I know, especially like an analyst like me. If I was just single, and I didn't have a family, I could do that, right? But I have 3 mouths to feed. I have my wife and I just figured, you know what, I'm definitely going to have to make that transition. But I became a fan. I became a fan of the PBA. I became a fan of the players, especially the young guys coming up. I started broadcasting in 2014, and basketball is, in terms of me, like people today, because we still have, there's the Philippine American leagues out here in Las Vegas, and it's huge. And I get asked almost every single month if I can play. And I really don't like to play anymore. I don't even like to watch, to be honest with you. I like to watch small, short clips of what's going on in PBA, just to kind of keep myself, familiar. I read the comments, and I keep in touch with some of the guys that are still active in the PBA, guys that I used to play with or against. But in terms of just being involved physically, mentally, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of past that. Actually, I am past that. I don't know. It's just something that is no longer in my blood anymore. Just kind of moved on to different things, but I still loved very much to broadcast games because I really enjoyed seeing the young kids out there, living out their dreams. So, yeah.
It's kind of unsettling for me to hear you talk about the young kids out there.
I know, right?
I never thought I'd see the day,
Yeah.
So
I want to ask you, how are you doing? How's your health? I never got a chance to talk to you about this.
I'm getting there slowly, day by day. Still have some rehab to do. Of course, there are things I can't do anymore. I'm not allowed to lift heavy weights. I'm not allowed to play contact sports anymore. So basketball's out.
Oh man.
So those things, I'm on 17 different medications. So that's the big thing that we're working on now. And by the way, your goddaughter Alex, today is her first day of high school. She's grade 7 now in Ateneo.
Amazing. That's amazing. That's congratulations to her. And Bill, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad that you're alive. You're here with us.
Yeah.
And, you seem to be doing all right. God bless you. God bless
Thanks. I lost more than 30 pounds, so it's not a weight loss program I would recommend.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yeah. So how about you? I mean, how are you staying in shape? You're still hitting the gym?
As much as I can. Again, I think you know as well as I do. It's just different here in America, man. Everyone's just on the go, and it's just nonstop. And of course, with what's been going on here in the United States, especially since we've been back, it's a bit of a different vibe. A lot of important decisions need to be made in the next couple of months, especially around November during the elections.
Yeah.
And I don't know. But what I will say is that, prices are just jacked up. So that means we just have to work extra hard to make ends meet. But, this is what we signed up for. But, it's a lot. As far as trying to work out, I try to get at least maybe 3 workouts in a week. You know me, I used to work out almost every single day. But it's just different. It's different now. But I got making sure I get the cardio in. Whether it's just going for like a 45-minute walk. We live near the mountains. Actually, the mountain range, which we love, is right across the street from us.
Wow.
And so it's a beautiful view. We live about 30 plus minutes away from the strip. We're closer to nature, and we go for walks. Wow. That's what old people do.
Ouch.
Go for walks. We don't. Yeah, I'll tell you. Look, I tried to do it last week. I ran up that mountain I was talking about. I ran up this mountain right after work. I didn't get home until about 10:30 at night, and a couple of days later, I came down with a massive headache, and I got some sort of infection. I don't know what happened. I just got sick, and I had a really hard time going to work every single day.
Not used to clean air.
So yeah, I think it would. I don't know what it would. It was gusty that day. Okay. It was gusty. So it's either from some of the passengers that I had, or it was from that gust and all the dirt that came off the street or whatever it was.
Okay.
So,
Let's talk a little bit about the PBA. What are your thoughts on this 4-point line that they're planning to introduce?
I'm not used to it. I'll be honest with you. It does bring some curiosity. It reminds me a lot of back in the day when MTV used to have these celebrity basketball games, and they'd have like the 23-point shot. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, I would have to see a game, right, where someone takes the first 4-point shot. Have they already implemented it? I mean, I know they've implemented it, but are they playing already?
Not
with
yet.
The 4-point shot?
Not yet. It'll be in the Governor's Cup.
Yeah, so that's, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm not used to it, leaning towards, call me old-fashioned. I don't know if I'm a fan of it. I'd have to watch a game to see how the fans react and how the players react to it.
Okay. How about the Olympic basketball? Are you keeping track of that? What are your thoughts on Team USA?
Well, I was skeptical in the beginning, but I mean, what are they? They're undefeated right now, right?
Yes.
They're wiping through people. The last time I checked, didn't they play Brazil?
Yes.
That was well, I think one of the things that they addressed was the size issue.
Yeah.
The height issue, right? Particularly natural bigs playing the paint.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, Steve Kerr has the formula. And they brought their heavy guns. And so we're seeing that now. And I think the most important thing about that was that everybody was able to, well, it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, again, I see the bits and pieces of it. But everybody's on the same page. It's interesting because it seemed like they put this team together in a short period of time. Am I right about that?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, as opposed to the program that Jerry Colangelo put together, you had this 25-man pool, or probably bigger than that, and it took 4 years to prepare here and there for international competition. So it's pretty impressive seeing that, all things considered, especially how you and I know, especially we both know because we follow basketball, we love basketball so much, how good the rest of the world is.
Yes.
I mean, weren't they? I think they weren't projected to win the gold.
No.
Right? No. So it's been an eye opener. Yeah. It's been an eye opener. I'll be honest with you.
I think it's similar to what happened in 1988 when the U.S. Was manhandled in the Seoul Olympics, and all of a sudden the NBA stars wanted to be in on it. Sort of like what happened in the FIBA World Cup when when they lost so badly that all of a sudden LeBron wants back in, and all the other big guns started to come back.
Yeah. Well, chemistry is so key.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr's taken a lot of heat for not playing certain players. Again, just based on what I've read and what I've seen, as much as I can. But sometimes that's what it takes to win the gold medal.
And how do you spread the playing time, right?
How do you do that amongst a bunch of future Hall of Famers? That's just hard. Future current champions, former champions, future Hall of Famers,
MVPs,
future champions, MVPs. Hey, that's hard. That's hard to do. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And you got to base it on the type of matchup you see fit going up against some of the best teams on the planet.
All right.
Best countries in the planet.
Yeah.
You cannot afford to mess up.
True.
You just can't.
Yeah. You'll never be able to go back home.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
All right. How about as a parting question, what are your thoughts on Gilas Pilipinas almost making it into the Olympics?
You know what? I'm sorry, Bill. I haven't been following it that much. What happened?
Well, they beat Latvia in the first game. Used the quotient system against Georgia, so they only lost by 2. But Latvia massacred Georgia, and then they came up short against Brazil, which would have put them in the top two, which would have gotten
Okay.
them into the Olympics.
Wow. How much did they lose by to Brazil?
I'm trying to remember, but they were down by a lot in the first half.
Okay.
So do you think that eventually it's gonna happen in the LA Olympics?
The national team making the Olympics.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. What I'm proud of what I believe that I was a part of, Bill, was, coming to the Philippines in 1998 and just seeing the growth of Philippine basketball.
Wow.
I think there was just this enormous jump in the mid to late 2000s of, just more creativity, skill set. Coaches ownerships started investing in bringing coaches in, NBA coaches, international coaches, and even more important, sending young, homegrown Filipino players out to these different institutions, if you will, and just getting more knowledge. And of course, social media always helps. These players nowadays are just incredible. People ask me to come back and play, and they're like, "Oh, you can still play." I'm like, "Are you sure about that?" These guys are just so talented. Like what I did playing in the PBA during my time, it's safe to say it's obsolete because of the skill set, especially at my position, and plus the players are just getting taller and taller and taller, and these are all great things. So. I wouldn't be surprised if we somehow found a way to get into the Los Angeles Games.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Anything's possible. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, kumpare, and please take care of yourself. Talk to you
Appreciate
soon.
you.
All right.
Thanks, Bill. It's nice hearing from you. It's nice talking to you. I apologize. We got to get on the phone. I know you have some questions for me. Yeah.
Anytime.
But I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Yan po si Ali Pix, ang matalik nating kaibigan.
Usapang pagkain pa ba ang makakalimutan? Siyempre, hindi pwede yan. Handa na ba kayo para sa pinakamahusay at pinakamasarap na food trip sa radyo? Dito lang yan, sa bagong radyo ng Pilipinas, DWAN 1206. Sa bawat oras, siguradong mangingibabaw ang sarap at kakulitan ng mga pagkain na ipapakilala ng inyong pambansang pantanggal umay. Kaya Jack, hindi ka mabibitin! Samahan kami sa paglalakbay sa kusina kasama ang iba't ibang mga chef na tunay namang magbibigay ng kakaibang gawaing masarap sa pandinig at masarap ang lasa. Tunay na culinary adventure na hindi nyo dapat palampasin. Makinig lamang at manood sa DWAN 1206, the future of AM radio.
You're
Kanino
tuned
ka ba
in to
dapat
Hardball
maniwala?
with Bill Velasco.
At ngayon naman, matutunghayan ninyo ang ating panayam kay JV Casio. At kinumusta natin siya mula nung kanyang career mula sa high school sa San Beda hanggang sa paglalaro niya sa De La Salle University at maging sa PBA.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.
JV Casio, are you on the line?
Yes. Hello, sir.
All right, JV, kumusta na ang bossing?
Hi, sir. Okay naman. Okay naman ang bossing. Yesterday, we had a game.
Oh.
Unfortunately, we lost. Pero I think before that, we won 3 straight. And unfortunately, yesterday, hindi namin nakuha.
Okay, but so far so good this season. How are you health-wise?
Just coming back actually from medyo nagkasakit ako, just trangkaso. But I'm coming back. I played mga first 4 games. Unfortunately, nagkasakit lang. Pero I'm coming back na rin.
Okay, if we go back over your career, nagsimula ka actually sa San Beda. Paano ka napunta sa La Salle? Dati, pag San Beda, dumidiretso ng Ateneo.
Recruitment. I was recruited by LaSalle, but also by Ateneo that time, and some other schools, including San Beda also was trying to recruit me. It's just a matter of choice for me. And siguro spot to play para makapaglaro din ako right away. And LaSalle has the best chance for me to play there.
Okay. Did you really plan on making basketball your career?
Not really planned, pero as the time goes by during my high school career, when I feel that I can compete at a high level, siguro na-decide ko na rin na gusto ko maging career path. But at the same time, with looking at my education also, that's why LaSalle was the perfect choice for me there.
Okay, everybody talks about how physical, how rough, and sometimes how dirty the PBA is, but you're considered one of the nice guys in the PBA. You've won the Sportsmanship Award a couple of times. And, is that really by design, or that's really your nature as a person?
I hope it's really my nature as a person, but I just try to play it the right way. That's what my father has taught me. Parang no grudge, just really doing my very best, play hard, and just giving it all, my all on the court. And same thing in life, ganun rin naman ang parang sinusubukan ko ma-attain. And siguro na-carry out sa basketball, and just fortunate that yun ang naging outlook sa akin.
Okay. Ano pumasok ka ba sa PBA, inakala mo ba natatagal ka ng ganito?
No. Actually, just couple of days ago, I had my birthday. So, just looking back of all those years, just really pretty blessed, being so much playing here so long. Talagang it's such a blessing. So hindi ko na-expect, but at the same time, just very thankful.
Okay. How about now that you're heading towards the last few seasons of your career? Ano bang mga goals mo? What targets have you set for yourself?
Right now, just really making the most out of it. And I still enjoy competing, and at the same time, there's also yung a little bit of mentoring, especially for the young guys. But the competition part, it's still there, so I really try to make the most out of it.
Okay, but things have changed. Everybody's gotten bigger, particularly the guards. How do you keep up with that?
Yeah, it's really grabe talaga yung mga pumapasok ngayon. Every player who comes in is really PBA ready, and they really can compete at a high level. For me, it's just una scouting, kailangan makita ko how they play, but at the same time it's how I prepare my body. Medyo wala nang break, it's a whole year round process for me, and I watch on what I eat, and also the weights and gym, not only on the off season. It's a continuous process, and that's just to keep my body ready for the competition part, and also to prevent injuries.
Right. Well, thanks so much for your time, JV. I know you're headed off to practice. Ingat ka, and we wish you the best of luck as always.
Right. So thank you, Sir Bill. Enjoy here, and just really thankful for this opportunity. And again, God bless. Thank you.
All right. Ingat ka.
This is Hardball with Bill Velasco.
Talagang isang napakabait na tao. Dati sinasabi ko napakabait na bata, pero hindi na po siya bata. 14 na taon na po siya sa PBA, at kaka-birthday nga lang po ni JV Casio. At ngayon, bago tayo magpaalam para sa linggong ito, pasasalamat natin sa Buffalo's Wings and Things. Thank you so much for your generosity. Masaya po kami dito sa DWAN 12:06 AM at sa Philippine Airlines, dahil yung biyahe ko po papuntang Taiwan para tanggapin yung Bronze Award sa Content Asia ay naging mas komportable at mas relaxing dahil sa Philippine Airlines. At syempre, shoutout din kay Alan Manalo. Happy 60th birthday! Dual citizen ka na. Maraming salamat sa iyong serbisyo dito sa amin sa DWAN 12:06 AM. At Kenneth Parado, happy birthday! Ana Marie Antolin, Sofia Arsenas, James Herrera, Christian Rocamora, Carl Ambetic, at syempre ang suking-suki natin si Nanay Elena Lucasan Fernandez. Maraming salamat po at sumayin nyo na muli ang isang oras ng mainitang usapan, talakayan at balita sa sports. Ito ang Hardball with Bill Velasco, matutunghayan bawat Lunes hanggang Biyernes mula alas 11 na umaga hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali. Dito lamang sa DWAN 1206 AM, the future of AM radio, ang radyo ng bagong Pilipinas. Kita-kita tayo sa Lunes.
Hardball with Bill Velasco.